Hello everybody. Hello, hello, hello. Welcome in. Welcome, welcome. Just trying to pull myself up here. I am on earlier than expected, but I'm helping fill in. Okay. Bum, 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 bum. Let's see if I can find myself. Hi there, Miss Amy. Thank you for getting me shared in. I'm still trying to find myself. I'm still half half zonked out, so y'all bear with me. Even my husband was like, I don't think you've had enough sleep. It'll be alright. It will be alright. And okay, where am I? Alright, so Miss Mary Lou had a bit of a family emergency, so I was the last presenter for today's event, so I have popped on early. Up after me will be Tish from TLC's Country Creations by Tish, and finishing us off will be Miss Cindy with Cindy's Craft Sensations. And before me was Miss Victoria from Victoria's Design Secrets. So make sure that if you are not following Crafty Friends Unite group and our hostess Crafts by Amy, that you are following them. And go back because the event's been on since 11 this morning, 11 Eastern. So there have been several presenters already. So definitely give everybody a follow, okay? Alright. Okay. So, Sound of Music. Hi there, Miss Cindy. How are you, dear? So the Sound of Music, of course, I kind of went to the musical. But we were told we could do anything with music, so I'm doing something different then. And as you guys know, I love paper, so we will be playing with some paper and a music sheet. Okay, let me pull you guys over. Hi there! Hi. How are you doing, Miss Chandra? I am doing well. Still a little tired, but you know, it's gonna be a bit before I recuperate. But we're here. Okay, so I have the Rainbow of Love, and this came out of a hymnal, out of an old hymnal that I have. And I have this kindness bingo, which has a rainbow on it, and then I have these stationery sheets that have rainbow on it as well. So I thought, it kind of all goes with the Rainbow of Love. And I have a manila folder. We're going to make a very small, simple little journal here. Hey there, Miss Krista. How are you? So this is an 9 by 11. Yes, it's a 9 by 11 manila folder. And this is a used one. As you can tell, it's been used. But we're gonna repurpose it, right? Because that is one of the fun things that we can do, is that we can repurpose things. So because this glue has already been activated, there's a few things we can do. We can either cut it completely off, or we could cover the sticky part, and I'm opting for covering it. So I'm actually going to pull out my lace trim bucket, and we're going to find something to cover this with. I'm over here dropping everything, of course. So hopefully everybody has had a great start to their week. Oh, look at that. We have this really pretty rainbow type trim. I might just use that, seeing as I'm going with the rainbow theme. So I think I might do that. Okay, this is just a piece of ribbon that I have. So I'm going to use it, and I'm just going to cover this up here. See, it's already starting to stick, but I know I'm going to have to add some more to it, because that's definitely not going to be enough to hold it in place. And I'm just using my Beacon 3-in-1. If you have Fabri-Tac, obviously anything like that will work. So I hope everybody had a great weekend. I had an amazing weekend. I am tired from the driving part, but you know, my heart is just so full from spending time with, you know, amazing group of ladies at the retreat. So blessed. Thank you. Thank you, thank you. I was trying to go with the whole like garden theme, since that is what we were doing at the retreat. So I kind of themed them to go with that. Is kind of what I was trying to do. Alright, where's my little lighter? I'm going to come over here. We're just going to lay this down on here. And that's going to tie in that whole ribbon idea that we had. Or the whole rainbow theme that I'm kind of trying to go with, right? Just going to try to trim this down a little bit here. And it goes back into my little scrap box. Back into the scrap box. So, hopefully everybody, like I said, has had a great weekend. Good start to your week. You know, that's what we're always hoping for, is for good starts. Alright, so I'm going to fold this to where it almost covers that ribbon, but not like all of the way, just part of the way. I do want it to stick out. So this was an envelope that was used to mail something to me, so I'm repurposing it. Because, you know, we don't throw anything out. Everything can be given a second chance and become something very, very pretty. Alright. Like I said, I really want to include the kindness bingo that I have. And then I somehow want this in here. I wonder if I want it on the inside though. And maybe I'll put that over there. Let me see. We might have to trim it if I'm going to use this on the inside. We'll do that. We'll do that. We'll trim it down. We'll trim this down. So what did everybody do over the weekend? Y'all let me know, what did you guys do over the weekend? Hi, Miss Mary. How are you doing, my dear? Hopefully everybody had a great weekend and you got a chance to relax. Right, hopefully. Hopefully. I'm doing well, thank you. My body is tired. For sure, my body is definitely tired. From the very long drive, but my heart is so full, like there's just no words for it. Alright, let me see how well I trimmed this. Oh, perfect, it's gonna fit great. Okay, let's give this let's ink this up a little bit, huh? Let's see. What color do we have? Pulled out a green. We'll do that. Give it some color. So again, the theme is the sound of music, and it can be anything that was music related. And I am just, like I said, basing myself off of this one sheet and doing my project around this music. So this song, The Rainbow of Love, is what I am using as like my guide, if that makes sense. Oh yes. Yes. We so it was about roughly about 10-hour spurts. So from like where I'm at to I think she said that was actually Pineville, where her cousin lives, where we dropped her, you know, picked her up, and then from there to Talala, Oklahoma. So yeah, it was about roughly 9-10 hour spurts for each of those. So we were definitely a good bit on the road. And then, you know, I came in this morning and had to get the vehicle emptied out and get it returned before I could come home and even try to crash. But you know, hadn't seen the kitties, so they wanted some attention. Gotta give them some love. So yeah, definitely. But I'm just so happy. It was just so lovely to be able to spend time with all the beautiful ladies and I've been blessed to meet Miss Lori before from Nana's Nook, because one of her daughters lives here in Atlanta, so I've had lunch with her twice, maybe 3 times when she's come to visit. We've met up definitely 2 times for sure. And then of course I've met Miss Carla beforehand, so, but it was so nice to meet the other ladies as well. Pink, yellow, we need a yellow, No, that's green, that's for green. Maybe we'll do a purple then. We'll do a purple. I mean, it's not a bad drive. It's not a bad drive at all. It's actually really pretty because you get to, you drive through, oh my gosh, I forget what the name of it, but it's a national forest, and it's so pretty going up and down the mountains when you're getting into Oklahoma. And it's so funny how, like, you know, the GPS will be like, welcome to, like, you'll be driving in Arkansas and it'll be like, welcome to Texas, welcome to Arkansas, like back to back, which is hilarious. I find it very funny though. I find it funny. Hi there, Miss Deb. Thank you for sprinkling me out. I appreciate it. So I always find that so funny how, you know, you'll be like, because you end up touching what they call the Texarkana area. So it's that little point there. So you're like in Arkansas, you know, just a little bit through Texas and then back into Arkansas. So I always find that part funny. But, you know, love it, love all of it. I love to travel, so I'm a travel junkie. What can I tell you? Hi, Miss Bonnie. How are you doing? So I'm in an event today that is called The Sound of Music, and I am repurposing this manila folder that somebody used to ship something to me in. And I'm using a hymnal page as my base of what I'm using it to create with. And the song is called The Rainbow of Love. So we're using it as our base. I wonder if I want to come up a little bit with this. Nah, it'll be fine. It'll be just like a large pocket, I guess. That's 9. If I'm able to bring it up about an inch. Well, it's not even an inch. Well, it is actually almost an inch because it'll put it right at 8. So I think I'm going to do that so that this will fit inside of a journal. So it can be like a little added feature in a journal. So I'm going to do that. So how's everybody's Monday been so far? Y'all had a good Monday? If you've missed any of today's event, you can find all of the replays in Crafty Friends Unite event group. It is hosted by my friend Miss Amy from Crafts by Amy. And you can follow everybody who's been live today. The event started at 11 Eastern. So definitely have plenty of replays to watch if you've missed anybody. This is still going to be the outside. So, I know I've shared a few little, you know, photos here and there of this past weekend on my page. So y'all can definitely go and check that out and see all of the lovely ladies that were there. And I think we had a blast. I know I did. I know I definitely had a blast. Alright, so this part here is coming off, so I'm just going to reinforce it with a little bit of glue. And then I'm going to glue down my music sheet, which again, it is, let's say, the culminating factor of what my craft is all revolving. So kind of went with the whole rainbow themed. And I think this would be super cute because, I mean, rainbows you can use for all kinds of things, right? So I was supposed to be the last presenter, but I am popping in to help as one of our presenters had a family emergency. So our last presenter will be Miss Cindy from Craft Sensations by Cindy. She will be on at 9 Eastern. No, 10 Eastern. She'll be our last presenter for today's event. So make sure that you stick around. Up after me is Tish with TLC Country Creations by Tish. She will be on up after me. So I'm just using my walnut stain here, just to kind of like grunge up a little bit the edges. But obviously you could do this in any color you wanted. I mean, I used colors for our music sheet. Thank you, Miss Amy, for hosting the event and for having me. I really do appreciate that very, very, very much. You know what? I just had a thought cross my mind, and that could be dangerous. My husband says, usually when I said I had an idea, you know, he says it can be dangerous. He says it because it usually involves him having to do something. But I'm thinking it would be pretty cool if we could punch some decorative edges. So I'm wondering if I can do that to the front of this. I never punched through a manila folder before, but I think this would look pretty. Maybe if I can get this to punch all the way through. Not all of it came through, but I am going to round these corners though. I am definitely going to do that part.
Can you stop?
Not right now, no.
No, it's going to be cold.
Okay, can you just sit on the table and I'll come get it shortly?
Mm-hmm.
Or in the microwave, actually. Might be better so the cats don't get it. Thank you, puppy. Just trying to make sure I eat something. Because I really haven't eaten much. Alright, and I do have this little flap here. And I don't know if I actually want to keep it there though. I think I'm just going to glue it down and I'll end up covering it with something. That's what I'm going to do. I'm just going to end up covering this. Maybe with some, let's see if I don't know if I have a rainbow glitter paper, but I think that would look nice. Oh my goodness. Is Miss Cindy able to go on? I am so sorry that that has happened. That is not cool. I mean, if it at least was at a different time, but... I would stay on, but I actually have a raid train I'm supposed to do for 30 minutes. If not, I would have stayed on, Miss Amy. I'm so sorry I can't help you with that. Okay. Said I would have stayed on if I didn't have that coming up. Alright, so let me put we're gonna put the kindness bingo on the inside here. Hey, Miss Patty! And I think I'm gonna add some more of this ribbon right on this side, and then we'll add this on the inside. I think that'll look, because then it'll tie it in. So I like that. So we're gonna do that. Yeah, that's not cool. You don't do that. Don't do that. It goes against pretty much all rules in events. So, how are you doing, Miss Patty? I hope you are doing well. And your kiddos too. Miss Patty is one of my Whatnot friends. If you guys are not on Whatnot, and you would like a credit, I have a link in the top of my page, and you can give me and her a follow because we both are on there, and Miss Amy's on there too. And there's a few of us crafters that are on that platform. Oh no! How did you fall? That's not good. Look, falls are not good. I'd say especially as we get older. Especially as we get older. Yes, we have a wonderful community in the a wonderful craft community over in Whatnot. I agree. Everybody is very supportive, and I'm just so blessed to be able to be part of it, for sure. I am doing well. I'm just tired. My body is tired from the very long drive from Oklahoma to Louisiana and then home yesterday. But I'm doing amazing. My heart is just full from spending time with some beautiful ladies. So I am definitely blessed for sure. Okay, y'all know me. Me and straight corners. I don't know what it is. We're gonna make them nice and round. I really liked these bingo cards when I found them. Thought they were really fun to have. So make a card for a teacher. I've actually received lots of cards in my years of teaching. I need to make a journal where I could put all those in. That may be something I do at some point. That way I can keep them, have them all together in a nice little memory, you know? I have some drawings from my younger kids, when I taught younger kids. I have cards from like the older students. And I thought I wasn't going to teach anymore, and then this year I'm back teaching. So, yeah. Pray for me, because my first day is Friday. First day is Friday. I'll be teaching at least 2 days out of the week on Mondays and Fridays. So that is going to be fun. And I say it in a good way because I do love that. I need to something like that. I have boxes. You have boxes of what? Middle schoolers and high schoolers. We'll be doing middle schoolers and high schoolers. Fridays will be Fridays is middle schoolers too, so yeah, middle schoolers and high schoolers. We'll be doing Spanish and art. I'm still getting confirmation if they still want me to teach art, but definitely Spanish classes for sure. And it's the older kids because I don't have any younger students this year. With the cards, yeah. I just thought that a journal would be really sweet, especially if you could maybe do them by year or by grade or something like that. I think that would be really nice, a nice way to keep them, Alright, so I haven't cut this on purpose because when I put the paper down over here, I want to bring this up and kind of clean up the edge of whatever paper I put down. So that's why I haven't cut it. That's the reasoning for that. Okay, so in here, this, and then this is a pocket, which we can add things to. And then I have these pages in here, which we're going to have to turn up so that we can fold them, and they'll be skinnier than like the actual thing itself, but that's fine. I have several of those actually. I keep them in my bin, but I thought they were like so fun because we all could use a little more kindness in this world, and I agree. There's just way too much going on. Alright, so go grab some music sheets that we can add in here as well to kind of give us a little bit. And so these will give us some pockets in them. But let me get some, let me get a larger music sheet. No, those are still hymnal sheets. Those are too small. Go grab one of my big books. Okay, so this one will have to be folded as well because it is a little tall. Cindy will be up after me. Okay, so y'all stay tuned. Cindy's Craft Sensations will be up after me. And you won't want to miss her. She is a sweetheart and is so creative. Okay, good. It doesn't go too far past. So we'll be able to put that in there. And we'll put one over here. And I want to grab one of these other sheets. This one's going to have to be folded upward as well. And where I'm folding, look, you could either cut it or you can keep it because then it turns into a pocket, which is, you know, really neat. And these are older sheets, so they're a little on the kind of delicate side because they want to be somewhat brittle. Turn that one in so I can see the name of the song. And I just like for everything to be centered, so I'm just going to try to center this a little bit, the best that I can. And like I said, these pages are brittle, and yeah, see, this one's already wanting to fall apart. So what do you do if you have a page that's wanting to fall apart? This is where you use your washi tapes. You know, so if you ever are wondering, well, how do I use my washi tapes, or what are washi tapes for? This is a perfect time for them. So let me see. I'm going to use this floral one. Because I get asked that all the time, like, well, what are washi tapes for? Right here. So you see how it started to crack because the page is so old that they become brittle. I mean, it's just the nature of paper. The ones that tend to hold up the best, and I am putting a little bit of just a dot of glue down. And this is just because I always feel like I want to make sure that washi tape is going to hold long term, because washi tape is low tack. But unless it's like linen type paper, or if you ever hear like rag books, that is where you can. And of course, I haven't brought my scissors back from when everything is still packed. Everything is still packed up. I haven't unpacked, y'all. Literally have not unpacked anything. So now that's going to help hold, okay, my page, and it will be able to withstand the movement of it, okay. If you are unsure if your page is going to hold up here in the middle when you go to sew it, you can also add that washi tape. Okay. Yeah, I mean, I knew it was gonna take me a bit. See, and I'm kind of tempted to put some paper there just because of how brittle the bottom was, and I want to make sure that I'm not gonna have any issues. So I am going to reinforce it with my washi. Where did I put the where did I put the washi? But yes, I mean, you take your stuff with you, and it always does take a bit to get settled back in. Okay, this way I feel like it's gonna, you know, hold a little bit better. What do I do with the other one? Oh, here we go. And this one doesn't appear to be that bad. So unless I want it to match, I really don't have to do it, but I'm gonna do it just so that they match. So we'll put some tape down here. But yeah, you know, I normally have I have a 12 by 12 that's like my travel, you know, one of the 12 by 12 plastic containers. It's kind of like my travels, my travel items. So I have like an extra pair of scissors. I have an extra, what is it? Extra glue, extra ink pad, you know, this, that, the other. But because this was a retreat and I wasn't sure what everybody would be able to bring, I took as many extras as I could, including like my normal items, just in case if I needed to share with someone. So again, stay tuned, because up after me is Miss Cindy. And thank you, Miss Amy, for having me. I'm glad I was able to help and fill in, at least help in a little way. So that one's I said I try to get all my papers somewhat centered, just because I'm a little anal like that. So. And it's okay to play with your papers until you get it to where it's gonna be where you're gonna be happy with it, okay? So I wanted to see more of the rainbow sheet, which is why I flipped this last one. Now, let me see if I am able... I wanted to see if I could staple these, but I don't know that I'll be able to do that. So, that's not gonna go far enough. That will not go far enough. I need to get one of those. Oh, my pleasure, dear. You know, anytime I can, I will. Anytime I can. I was like, might not be the greatest project, but I'll hop in. I'll hop in and help. Try to come in earlier. Okay, so because this is not necessarily what I'm going to just do like a wrap on it, which just means I'm gonna take, and you can use embroidery thread for this. It doesn't have to be like waxed thread because you're not sewing. So you could use, you know, if you have like really cute twine, anything of that nature would work for this part. Okay. And all I'm going to do is I am just going to wrap this around. I'm still gonna put some paper on the outside. I just don't know yet. I'm gonna go and dig and see if by any chance maybe I have some kind of like glittery pretty rainbow paper, which I don't know because it's not my style, but that's what I want for this. So I'm gonna go see if I have anything like that. Okay, and so all I have is, so this is just going on the outside. I mean, I'm nothing fancy as far as like, you know, doing any eyelets or anything. No, this is just wrapping it around, and then I'm going to just tie it. What I do want to make sure is that this is going to be a little bit on the tight side if possible, as tight as I can get it. Only because I do not want my papers to fly out. Or bend that like it just happened. This technique really works good, especially if you have a hardcover. But you know, you can still do it with this type of paper. And then I can fold this, and then we can easily put whatever paper and it would totally cover that. I mean, if you wanted to, you could put the knotted side on the other side. And you can add more papers into this if you want to. And so you have a little like pocket here, which I think I need to glue that down. So let us glue this down. You must have been surprised when Miss Carla messaged you last night, because she's normally not up that late when we were in Alexandria. So make sure that you stay tuned to watch Miss Cindy. She will be up after me. She is the last presenter for our event today. So make sure that you stay and watch in the Crafty Friends Unite group. Again, it is a free group hosted events by Crafts by Amy, and they are free to watch and enjoy and all of the things, okay? And if you were like me and were sleeping, you can watch replays of everybody that was on today and still share them out, still give them all the support. You know, we understand life be lifing, and that is, hey, that is okay. I mean, we all have things we got to, you know, if you got work, you got kids, right? Like I said, I want to put a nice piece of paper up here, and then I'm going to bring this up, and that way it'll, you see how I'll do that? It'll nice and match up there. And so then you'll open this up, and we'll have the cute little bingo here. Alright. Smile at 5 people today. Did you smile at 5 people today? Help someone clean up. I need somebody to help me organize. Comfort a sad friend. Compliment yourself. Look at yourself in the mirror and give yourself a compliment. Ask somebody about their day. Ask an adult about their day. Help someone before they ask. Say please and thank you. Wave hi to a new friend. Make a card for a teacher. Play with a new friend. Leave someone a kind note. Draw a picture for your friend, even if it's a stick figure. Hold the door open for someone. Offer to carry somebody's books. Throw out trash that isn't yours. Recycle 5 items. And you know, right here, I mean, we recycled an old piece of mail. So even when you're crafting, you're recycling, reusing, repurposing those items. Compliment someone. Give someone a hug. Give someone a high five. Read a book with a friend. Sit with a new friend. Share your supplies. And thank an adult for helping you. So, and then like I said, we have pages here that have little pockets. Our music sheets. Plenty of little places to tuck things in, add things in. And you can add more pages to this because it is only, they're only slid in, right? And then again, this was my inspiration. The Rainbow of Love. So, going with the whole idea of rainbow was my idea behind this. So, thank you again so very much for having me. I hope that you guys have had a blessed, wonderful day. And enjoy your week, my friends, and I will see you guys soon. Go and see Miss Cindy.